I don't even
Cool.
know if I know this, Charles, but why I could guess as to like why you're so focused on discovery because it impacts a lot of things in sales. But was there a moment
Yeah.
in your career, your sales career, where you're like, man, I just want to be like the best at discovery? It's just such a specific thing. And not a ton of people talk about it all the time on LinkedIn compared to like prospecting.
Yeah, that's true. So part of me, because some of the things about that I might say, I'm going to say very plainly. I started getting really good at discovering when I stopped caring about making a sale. Okay, yes, our job is to generate revenue and it's important to do our job and to do it well. I get all that. But there was one evening when I first started selling where I said to myself, like, I'm not selling anything. I've been at this job 6 or 7 months, my first sales gig. Not selling anything. And I think the reason why I'm not selling anything is because I don't feel like I'm being myself. I'm trying to be like other people, or I'm putting the onus. I was putting a lot of the onus and the pressure upon me to try to convince other people that they should work with us. And so I couldn't really go any lower than I was. And so the next morning I just hopped on the phone and I was very, very cool, calm, and collected. And because I didn't care nearly as much about what people thought of me. Of course, I wasn't a mean person on the phone, but because I cared a lot less about how I came across. Of course, I was professional, but because I cared a lot less whether or not they worked with us, it got me to a place where I would ask the prospect any question I felt like asking, and they would answer it very, very honestly. And only then did my sales start to skyrocket. So that's what happened to me. And then I first started really to focus mainly on my discovery skills. Of course, it's not just skills, it's a mindset also. And it's hard not to care. I will recommend something to everybody. There's a book called Question-Based Selling that I talk a lot about. In the preface to that book you can look at it online actually. The preface to Question-Based Selling, it's called The Best Sales Experience I Hope You Never Have. You can look for it on Google, The Best Sales Experience I Hope You never have. That story is an unbelievable story by the author where his wife unfortunately was diagnosed with cancer. Thank God everything turned out to be okay. But once she was diagnosed, he just cut through the fluff on, he was still working. He still had to go to work and he was a sales professional. He just cut through the fluff and just told the prospect if they weren't a fit, he's like, listen, we can't help you. So, and he was just direct with how he communicated and how he asked questions, and he became even more successful. And thankfully the story ended well for both of them. But that's something you should definitely read. So those are some things that I thought about that allowed me to focus heavily on discovery. And as Tom mentioned, as I mentioned, that's all I talk about.